oi. Gents, how are we?
Very good.
Very good. Cheerio, cheerio.
I don't know what that oi. Fucking hell. It's probably because I'm going to Europe in 2 months.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
know, there's a.
If someone says, where are you from? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Nah, oi.
Cheerio. Governor.
Hello, mate.
Oh, wow.
You're on a fucking go, bruv.
Pinky blinders. Bro, my razor blade is out. Joke. Great series, great series.
Hey, yeah. Well, yeah. We had Magic Round last weekend, fellas, which, I mean, it looked like an amazing time bar the rain on Sunday.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what was your thoughts, Jackman, from Magic Round, just from, watching? You were there Friday night?
Yes, yeah.
Here we go.
I had a few beers before. And I was trying to G everyone at my work to go to Caxton Street. Lucky we didn't go because it was so packed.
Yeah.
It was
It was packed. But yeah, the game itself, not many close games. Only close one was the Friday night one with Bulldogs and Raiders.
Yeah.
And then the other one was probably the Tigers and the West Tigers and the Dragons game.
Yeah.
But I thought, yeah, overall success, though. A lot of people attended. I think it was the highest, like you were saying last app, like it's the high. I think because the Dolphins are in there, so like additional team from Brisbane, so many people attended. So I think it was the record highest crowd there. Yeah, good to see a lot of people out there supporting.
Yeah, what was it, like 50,000? It was like sold out.
Every
A couple of games.
every single day I think it was essentially
crazy.
sold out. Fuck.
That's crazy and so good for Suncorp. Like, I was just watching like everyone's stories and
Yeah.
all the the Levels Network guys, Scope and
The OG.
Big Willie Mason, the OG. I was following them and Caxton
Yeah.
Street looked like it was pumping and
Yeah.
bloke in a bar and
Yeah.
they were doing their thing and
Yeah.
like they just looked like they were having so much
Bro.
fun. Yeah.
It was insane. There was the Foxtel guys, Fletch and Hindy.
Oh, yeah.
They set up a cubby house or something at Caxton Street, and they were in the cage for like the whole 3 days.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was insane,
God.
and there was so many people just there visiting them. And then they had a show on Sunday.
Yeah.
At the end of it at Caxton Street for Matty Johns, the
Yeah.
show.
Matty
Yeah,
Johns.
Sunday night with
The
Matty.
king.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Is it
He's a
just
king of
outside, just outside Suncorp?
Yeah, at the car.
Yeah.
At the car park. Yeah,
That's
That's
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's good to see Brisbane all busy coming out of their shell and
Yeah.
Oh man, it's amazing and it's needed for this city because the way Brizzy's heading with Olympics, in the next 10 years, 2032, it's gonna be really big and if they keep doing Magic Round every year, it'll go a long way. But actually, I'd like to see Magic Round move cities.
Yeah. Okay.
Give the other clubs a chance to play for their fans too. Like I thought about it and I saw it was it was like Manly's home game, but they have to come up here and play for Magic Round. Like I'm sure the NRL's paying them to come up here and play because they're taking away a home game.
Yeah.
But maybe in the future they can go have a Magic Round in Sydney, Melbourne, maybe a Magic Round in Townsville. Fuck, that would go
Oh,
off.
I imagine that.
Give those people 3 days to come and watch every team in the NRL. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
And then bring business and everything to the town and
I think a good option too as well off the back of that was they were saying New Zealand. With because they moved over here for 2 years during COVID to stay and get away from their family. So as a way for NRL to kind of repay that action that they took was to give them a game. But I think I think Brisbane signed in for the next 3 years until 2025. Or the next 2 years, sorry.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I think after that, it'd be up for people or I guess cities to put a tender in to then get it. But yeah, hopefully, shout out to the brothers over there in the ditch.
Yeah, the Waz.
Yes.
The Waz are going surprisingly really well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good. It feels like the NRL's balance when the Waz are going good.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
Just feels right.
It's good for the game, good for the comp, and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And speaking of other things that feel right, so we had Magic Round last week.
Yeah.
Now it's Mother's Day this weekend.
Oh, yes.
For all you mothers out there,
Yes.
From the uncles, we just want to send a big shout out to you guys for, doing what you do best, and even more as mothers as well. I know, my own mum, she does a lot for us, our family, and no one can really replace a mum. So shout out to you guys. Do you guys have any words for the mothers out there?
I think it's just good for everyone to just get around their mums and wish them a happy birthday, treat them. I mean, obviously every day. Happy Mother's Day.
Fall out, ding.
No, but yeah, just to, I guess every day you should love your parents, your mum particularly, because she probably raised you up, looked after you for 9 months in her womb. So I guess so treat it to a wonderful day, and shout out to all the mums out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Not gonna say too much, but the boys just said everything there. Mums are really important. Mums are the backbone of families at sometimes, and sometimes people don't have mums. So all you listeners that don't have mums as well, we're thinking of you as well. But the ones that do, it's always good to think of your mum, not just on one special day, but all the time. Send a message if you're far away, if you're close. But yeah, personally, my mom's doing a lot as well for our family, and looking after my dad and stuff. So it's awesome. That's a good day to celebrate.
Very well said.
All the women and all the future moms as well.
Yes.
You've been holding it down.
No, that's a great little sentiment there, guys.
That's it.
Yeah, thank you to all you mothers out there, and if there are any mums that are listening, hopefully down the track we can, do something. Maybe it's like
some free merch, or
maybe some merch or something. In Pigeon, on a shirt, but we don't want to give any too much away at the moment. Yes. Don't want to share our ideas with people. So
not yet.
Yeah, so let's just stay on track.
Yes, sir.
But no, that's this weekend. So once again from the uncles.
Yep.
Happy Mother's Day to all your mothers out there, and as Chucky said, for those families that you might not have a mother, I mean, you celebrate the positives, and it's also a good time to celebrate that other person who sort of stood in place, or was a mother for you, and that could be an auntie.
Yes.
Definitely.
I know our podcast name is the Uncles, but nothing doesn't really happen without aunties.
Yes.
There aren't any uncles if there aren't any aunties.
Oh well, let's rewind it back to our last episode, Jackman. We spoke about sort of what you guys went through at work. Where you spoke about making a sort of healthy environment or creating a healthy workplace for people to feel like they have a voice and they can be themselves. And we thought about for tonight, just speaking on, what goes on from that afterwards. Like, we did touch on it a bit, but let's sort of discuss or unpack sort of, career progression and what that looks like.
Yeah, I think it's sort of, I guess, for us individually very different. I think coming from that point of like we all have different, like we're in different fields of work, and the biggest thing for me when you're, I guess, in a place where you're feeling comfortable enough to do your own thing and you're, happy in that environment, it's about staying in an environment and also kind of, like growing within that environment. And I think just over the last, 4 or 5 years, just finishing uni and then getting into, I guess, work, understanding sort of what things you need to get better at and what things you're doing and continue doing well those things that you're doing, and then I guess finding ways that you could improve on, whether it's your attention to detail in certain areas or up managing your bosses and like handling deadlines and things like that. So I think all those little things that you are not really self-aware of kind of help in terms of setting up your goals that you want to, because those little things kind of help put into a puzzle, then which enables you to grow from that. Because when you're doing work, like anyone can pick up something like over time. It's just those little things that you have to kind of keep working on to get better at. Like you can learn how to build an ad on Facebook or do something by like paid advertising, but it's like the attention to detail that you need to pick up when you're doing those things that kind of contribute towards the end product. And those things are like, your core skills that you should work on like continuously. And everyone, makes mistakes and stuff like that, but it's just about recognizing those areas of improvement and then building on that. And then obviously, I guess, having goals. I think that's the biggest thing from what I've learned is just, if you set goals, just, make sure that they're, I guess using the SMART framework, like, whether they're specific, measurable, actionable, relatable, and timely, I guess. So boom. I think, having those type of things. Yeah.
Right here, guys.
But yeah, I guess,
For sure.
So, but another thing, like, Charles can probably add a little bit more coming from a HR background in terms of what they look for when hiring people, and then, finding the right person. To your point last week about your manager finding the right person within the team so that they can help the team grow, but then also themselves, I guess. So
yeah, definitely. And also, like, one thing that's really important with career progression is obviously, having a mentor, finding out I know in my past, the last company I worked for, the mentor and mentees were a really huge, thing. They saw that mentors and mentees, that building that relationship, having that relationship, seeing how it works, holding each other accountable. Or is your mentor holding you accountable with the things that you say you're going to improve on? And then you as a mentee have a responsibility for holding that relationship because you're the one that's learning. And then you're in charge of your own learning essentially. So it's basically it's not as easy, I think, like with career progression and measuring, like you said, the SMART goals. That was all part of it as well. That's all part of mentor-mentee relationships. Measuring yourself, what have you improved, and then what can you improve on, and what are you doing that's adding to that.
Were you going to say something or?
No, I was just going to ask because early on in the earlier podcast we talk about goal setting. And you brought that up at the end there. So we shared a few of our goals. So I was just going to ask Charles. What's your sort of any three goals that you've set yourself for the year that you can share with the people? If you don't, then it's fine.
Yeah, if you
I'll put you on the spot. I put you on the spot.
Damn, I didn't really
think about it. Actually, I had one thing to say, which was a really good advice that a mentor said to me, and she said that often we get caught up in looking at what other people have done, and not so much what we're doing. And it's all about staying in your own lane and racing your own race. I think people forget, like I get caught up in it sometimes when I see other people, finished the same time as me at uni, but then they're like, manager or doing all of these things that are different. But I'm just like, well, at the end of the day, like I'm content with where I am and I'm learning what I have to do so that like a time will come for me to grow into the next step of my career. So I think it's also important to know that when you want to progress, like your time will come. It's just about working and ticking off those small goals that eventually will get you to where you need to be. Yeah. So I think, that's one thing that I feel like was a really big, advice that I felt I should have been told when I start. Like even people at uni, right? There's some people that are 30 and they graduate at the same time as us because they've switched degrees and stuff. Yeah. So I think like people need to, I guess the advice I live, like I have to make sure that I live by it too as well. Is just making sure that at the end of the day, if you know where you're gonna go. It's just about knowing like what you have to do to get there and just staying in that lane. Yeah.
I feel like the opposite to that is sometimes, and I've done this in the past where like I set the goal for myself and things come along and you sort of get a bit distracted and you don't go and reach that goal. But those are sort of like that's life in a nutshell.
So true.
Definitely. Things come and go and sometimes you might not get there. But then obviously one door closes, another one opens.
100%.
And it's just you just got to put yourself in the right position. So when the time comes, like a good footy analogy, you're there to score the try.
Bro, my finisher on the wing.
That's it.
That's halfway, bro. This guy running like 11 seconds, 100 meters in 11 seconds, man.
King of the wing. King of the wing.
Golden days.
The golden days,
Did they say do your rehab, guys? Do your rehab, don't drink.
Don't do drugs. Sorry. Have you thought about your goals or nah?
Okay. Look, I thought I knew what my goals were, but they always change. Honestly. So I'd say I think the most important goal for me would be just see, I don't know, get to a certain state, like certain amount in the savings, definitely.
Great.
And I think
financial goal.
You guys talked about that in the last couple of episodes. So definitely trying to get to a nice financial savings goal. So
nice.
That's probably first and foremost. Secondly, just move out, bro. You gotta surround yourself with like-minded people. So
100%.
I can't be, I don't know if I could ever do a podcast like this, surrounded with the. Anyway, that's a bit of shade, so I'm gonna stop it there. The third goal is definitely something short term, or not short term, but something that's not really to do with career progression or anything. Just get into shape, man. I just wanna
Well, TRL Thursday nights.
Yeah, that's
Are you both playing?
So TRL, Richard, Will Perkins signed us up.
Kissy. Kissy boy.
Kissy boy signed us up to a good it's like social touch thing.
At Kedron.
TRL,
Oh, Shaw Park.
Shall
I come watch you guys if I...
Bro,
come have a run.
Come have a run, definitely.
Because I got netball.
Oh, that's
but it might finish soon.
I hope it finishes soon.
J Money has a sneaky grubber he can put in. Back in the uni days, bro, J Money had the sneaky left step and right leg just.
Ezra man.
Well, these guys Ezra man. But do you remember when we played TRL and I dislocated my shoulder?
Oh yeah.
We had this uni thing, and then I went out to catch the ball.
Varsity Games 2017.
2017. And I landed, and then my shoulder just I think I landed awkwardly, and then my shoulder just came out.
I'm pretty sure he was driving on the ball.
Did he put it back
Charles had to pull my arm to put it back. It was. And I went to the physio and they said, "Nah, you're right." I was like, "What?"
Fuck off, mate.
I think I did a good job. So.
I just paid you $120 just to tell me it's alright.
It was $85 for 15,
so
20 minutes of
bro.
Yeah, it's a joke. Jokes.
It is a joke.
You can do a lot with yourself if you have like, or say if you have like bad muscles and that like, if you just trigger foam roll and stretch.
Yeah.
And then strengthen. So
I gotta buy a foam roller.
yeah, have to, bro. Good investment.
Yeah.
And then you stop sitting with a slouch like this. There we go. And then yeah.
3 goals. 3 goals.
So 3 goals. Yeah. Save money. Oh shit. Save money. Save money. Move out.
Yeah.
Get fit.
Yeah.
Those
are good.
3 perfect ones.
Very actionable.
Very actionable. You can do it,
You
Chucky.
can do it, Chucky.
The uncles are with you.
Pressure's on.
The uncles are with you.
Yeah, 100%. So
No, and our final topic for the evening. So this is a good one we thought about, and we just want to speak on some places that we've been to in PNG. What comes to mind when you think of that place? What are some of the good memories that you had at that place? And it can be anything, name of street, something that you ate there one time, or maybe you got drunk there on the street with your cousins.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you got into a fight.
And you won.
And you lost.
Yeah.
Jackman,
I actually have one.
Place comes to mind?
Bro, a place that comes to mind is EP Park at Hola, Hawks 2. Bro, I used to, when I was a kid, man, and the grass there, bro. No grass at all, bro. Grass on the field, bro. Like
rocks and
bloody dirt. And like, I'd go and watch like the market for like betel nut and all those like mango, lau, all those like PNG foods. Bro, when you go there, the footy fields are like right next to it. So we used to, when I go there to see my cousins, that because in Hawks, like Hola, in Port Moresby, like there's a lot of Gulf people there, and it's known to have a lot of Gulf people there because when they migrated from back in the province, they all came and settled in that suburb.
Oh, it's so close together.
So so whenever we go, there's betel nut there. All my cousins are there, and then we just go and play like sometimes during half times and stuff, we'll play touch and
halftime entertainment.
Yeah, bro. So like that place always comes to mind, and I make sure I always go there because you can buy betel nut there too. So if you want to chew some or anything like that, it's always cheap because it's like the main market and they sell bulk there. So I always and then my cousins just live down the road. Like if you go on this street to the very end of that street, the cul-de-sac, they live there. So and I just got like relatives all around Hawks. So whenever you go there, you just know everyone. But that's one place that when I go back home, I always try and go and visit because it just reminds me of being a kid and just running amok.
Oh man, definitely.
Those are the best memories.
Richie?
Yeah. Probably for me is there's a few places. Sir John Guy's Stadium, mainly because through primary school we played a lot of soccer there, and soccer was like, my favorite sport. Like back in those days, like I had one team and it was Man City, and it was when they weren't doing too well. Like that was the early days. If anyone knows, like I'm not a fucking bandwagon for you guys, for you footballers out there that think I jumped on the Man City bandwagon, but I used to follow like Sean Wright Phillips, this black little right winger.
Yeah.
Who was super fast.
Yeah, he was on FIFA 06.
Xbox,
man.
Bro, Sean Wright Phillips, Micah Richards, the right back.
Yeah.
And they were like the only 2 black guys in the team.
Were they from England
back then?
They're from England, They're London boys.
Nice.
And so I think we would always go to Sir John Guy's and play soccer. My dad was coaching us at the time, and Mr. Ahmed, Billy and Brian's father, who sadly passed away a few years ago. But they both did a great job to coach us. Like it was just fun. Like you go to school, you do school all week, and you're just thinking about playing soccer with your mates on the weekend. Like, we all hop in the back of the train and sit down. Yeah. Then you go, like, and we play other teams. Like,
some of you guys made a rep team, right? And went all the way to Fiji at one stage.
Yeah, I think under 10s. We went to Fiji.
I remember seeing that in the newspaper when I was a kid, and I was like, "Fuck, who are these kids?"
There were like two teams. There was PNG Gold and PNG Red. And I was in the red, this second side.
Fuck! Yeah, I never thought that you'd
not the good team. Gold was the best team. They had like David Brown, Alwyn Komalong.
Oh, these are like soccer names now. Eh?
Yeah, they're like, so David Brown's like probably PNG's first ever professional player. So he's played in the UEFA Champions League now.
Holy fuck.
His mum's from Hanobada, her dad from Australia or England.
That's awesome.
Is he playing?
He's still playing now. I know the team, but I'll put it up.
Yeah. Somewhere in
I'll
Europe.
put the team's logo here. But he's playing there. He played like his first UEFA Champions League, scored the craziest goal. If I find that as well, I'll play that right now. But
PNG playing in the UEFA. That's
UEFA Champions
nuts, man. And why is that not a? Is that? Am I under a rock or something?
Bro, I don't know. It hasn't been shared or anything.
That's insane. Well,
I follow him on Instagram and stuff, so I've just been an avid follower because he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the world.
Were you guys in the same school?
And Pasin and all of this. Like, he went to a school called Living Light. It was like an academy. His father was a preacher, pastor. Then his father passed away, sadly. But that was probably my highlight, Sir John Gay Stadium. And there's a few other ones like Baba Park, your rugby union, where you go to watch these fucking big giants collide. Like back in the day, seeing that as a little kid, you're like, psych up and you just want to get out there and play on the field. So, a few different areas. I mean, Illusions.
Funny enough, Illusions was the first time and the last time I ever went out in Port Moresby. And that was in 2012, bro.
It's
downtown, isn't it?
Downtown, opposite Crown Plaza.
Yeah, it's like there's a huge staircase.
Opposite Grand Papua.
Is that the one with the staircase going down and
little dungeon?
Bro, I swear, like I remember going there the first time. First night out in Palm, my cousin Anthony took me there, bro, like with all his mates. Late B-Rad, he was there as well. He was with us, giving us the shots and the whiskey and all that. Bro, like literally, fuck, it was wild, crazy. And then in true PNG fashion, big brawl just broke out somewhere like on the dance floor, and then met like all our friends like when the lights came on, and it was nuts. First and last time, bro, ever went out in PNG.
And is that's not your area though?
No, that's not my area. My area, I'm gonna say, is Rabaul Bakery in Rabaul, OG Rabaul town. I'm not sure if it's called Rabaul Bakery still, but and the fish flour there. The yellow flour, the yellow fish flour, bro. Oh my god.
Explain what fish flour is for those.
It's basically like
for the Aussies that are listening.
So it's like another version of like when you have fish and chips. It's basically that, like when they do the batter and like crumbed, but it's like almost like batter and crumbed, but with a bit more bread. But it's deep fried and it's all the healthy stuff. No, but it tastes so, oh my god, like changed the game for me, honestly. Like you know, that's the first time I started enjoying fish. As a kid, when I was a kid, I was like, I don't like fish, but then after that, I'm like, yeah, I want some fish.
It was good.
Yeah, it's good chips on the side as well. But yeah, Rabaul Bakery, love that place. That's probably what I'd go back and visit. Yeah.
Bro, I'm actually going to Rabaul.
Yeah,
on this cruise thing.
Nice.
So
Perfect segue.
yeah, but I'm excited because I haven't been to some of these towns, and like I'd love to just go and see that. Like obviously, like when you grow up in Pom, it's hard to go and like go to these other provinces. But I'm excited to go see those like markets and like at least say I've been there to those like little towns. Not so much like the beaches and stuff what they like want us to see, but actually in like where the locals like sell fish or like the things like how they live because they take us.
It's probably like the best market in PNG.
Yeah, it's well kept and
clean, safe, and they're doing this. Rabaul's doing so well in leading the country in like.
Sustainability.
Sustainability, keeping green. So they don't have any plastics at supermarkets. I think they sell like a traditional basket at the market. So you buy like 50, 1 kilo or whatever it is, and then you do your shopping and you take the basket home. It's just like banana leaves or whatever, woven.
Oh
together.
yes, yeah.
It's awesome, man. Honestly, it's so good.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
I remember one time, like just on the side note, like. Compared to like, say if I saw this happening in Port Moresby or Lae or something, man, this guy stole I think a bag or something from a lady in town when I was in Rabaul, and like usually like when someone steals a bag, like everyone's like, oh what the hell, and like chases and stuff. Bro, I swear, like they literally just like called out to him, and everyone was just like, oh hey, like literally like calling out to him. And he felt so guilty. He literally turned himself in. Bro. And I was like, what the hell?
Because they probably knew who he was.
It's like, and no one's going to waste their time doing that. Everyone knows it's wrong.
They probably said like, Stiggy.
Stiggy.
How do you not say Stiggy to?
Is that the guy that played with you guys? Not played with you guys, but he used to go to... No, different bloke?
No, Stiggy Batia.
No, that's not...
Stiggy. Stiggy's just like a general name.
No, but like that guy that I had this mate that always talks about him. Like shout out to Joe if he's watching. I think he follows us. But yeah, he used to live with Stiggy used to live with him at his house, and he'd just like I had all these stories about how good he was at.
Yeah, he's a legend, man.
Legend at Nudgy, like scoring unbelievable tries.
I think. Next episode we'll talk
about
it because we've gone over time.
Last question: are you stopping over in Lae?
No, just Alatau and Rabaul, and then the Kiruna Island.
Oh, nice.
I haven't been to Alatau. That's on my bucket list.
You're gonna do the soup. Sorry.
We'll put a video.
Yeah, how does it go?
Someone bring me a whistle. No, I'm kidding. No, not to culturally appropriate that stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll close it with a bit of
with some vision.
With some vision for you guys out there.
Yes.
What's up?